know, wrath of God and that stuff. Fire, brimstone, heaven up in the sky, rivers, seas, boiling. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That was Harry.
The Mask. It is Halloween. And when I say The Mask, that name alone brings to mind a green face and unrestrained antics, a caper of slapstick comedy. But there's a shadowed history behind that visage, one steeped in darkness. A history that began not with an actor's sheepishly in living color grin, but with the inking and the depths of an obscure, that's right, an obscure comic book. Let me tell you right now that it all started in 1987. Nestled within the pages of Dark Horse Presents, this wasn't the story of a hero. It was about the raw, unfiltered power seeping into the core of human weakness and desire. We have Stanley Ipkiss, a man ground down to nothingness, a vessel for society's disdain, a man whose spirit was shattered long before he found that mask, an artifact carved from wood, but pulsing an eerie, malevolent energy. The transformation was immediate and terrifying. That's right, it was terrifying. Why is it terrifying? Because if you are thinking about a mask, think about for a moment, oh, here I am just walking down the aisles of a convenience store, and then there's a mask, whether it be made of rubber, or silicone, I don't care what the hell it's made out of. You sit there and grab it and you say, I'm going to put this mask on and I'm going to be this character. What if it was just a mask? There was never no character, but the mask provided the character. Think about that for a moment and enter Stanley Ipkiss, a man who is down on his luck, a meme, if you will, of nothing more than nothingness, a vessel for society's disdain, a man whose spirit was shattered long before he found that mask. What do you mean, that mask, Sam? What are you talking about? What do you mean when you're talking about the mask? An artificial device carved from wood, pulsing with an eerie yet malevolent energy. Stanley Ipkiss, when he put on the mask, he was consumed almost instantly. And then out of nowhere, there was this big green head, and people call it the Big Head, a monstrous being embodying pure id, When I say id, do you know what I mean? If I say id and I say id, do you know what I mean? You might not know what I mean, but let me just tell you right now. The big head consumed Stanley Ipkiss. Very similar to the way that reality and the zeitgeist consumes you to this day. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, Sam, why are you preaching? I'm not preaching. The question is that do you wear a mask? Do you wear a mask? Is it just a mask because you are doing the dog and pony show, the tap dance, if you will? The tap dance, if you will, because all that means is that you're just doing the dog and pony show every single day. My question is do you have a mask? What mask do you wear? This is very intense information because when you think about Stanley Ipkiss, when Ipkiss dons the mask, there's a metamorphosis that happens. Is there a metamorphosis in your life? Do you metamorphosize when you put on your mask? When you put on your mask every single day, when you go to this place or that place, when you talk to your loved ones, when you talk to your children, what mask do you put on? Is there a mask? Sam, I don't put on a mask. I'm authentic. I'm authentic and I am my real self. Yo, I'm keeping it real, yo. I'm keeping it real. That's what you say. And you say it over and over and over again. But the question is, do you believe it? Do you believe the person that you are? Listen, when you leave the house, I don't care. Listen, do you put on a mask when you talk to your loved one? When you talk to your spouse, do you put on a mask? When you go outside and you interface with the public, do you put on a mask? It's the Halloween season. Of course, the reason why I ask all of this is because it's very simple. Do you put on a mask? Stanley Ipkiss did. A man ground down to nothingness, a vessel of society's disdain. The transformation for Stanley Ipkiss was immediate. He wasn't reborn, he was consumed. He was consumed, becoming what is known as the big head. Do you have a big head? Well, of course I do. And I'm not ashamed to say it because I'm setting the standard, raising the bar. The only way a real media puppet knows how to do. And everyone can sit there and say, oh, well, Sam, what are you doing? Oh, my gosh, I just want to hear more music. You can listen to music all day long. But here's the bellwether. The bellwether is my beautiful puppet voice broadcasting live throughout the internet airwaves, the radio airwaves, coast to coast and around the world, setting the standard and raising the bar. Metaphorically speaking, we all wear masks. That's what Philip Story says. Crypto Alchemist agrees. Action figure statue collector. Anime figure statue collector. That's so sorry. I don't want to sit there and say that. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When they say this, when I play the maracas, I go cheeky boom, cheeky boom. Oh yes, they call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go cheeky boom, cheeky boom. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Pure id, free from the chains of morality. The metamorphosis of Stanley Ipkiss was grotesque. Restrained anger, the hidden fury spilled out in a flood of violence and insanity, but that was only the beginning. The mask didn't just release his inhibitions, it devoured his humanity, devoured his soul. What remained was a blood soaked nightmare, a spectacle of dark humor that once again chilled the soul. Humor, yes, but not the comforting warmth of a joke. It was irony. Picture this: a man's limbs extending grotesquely from his face, contorting to a monstrous smile, bullets bouncing off him like a nightmarish cartoon sprung to life. The absurdity made you to chuckle. But Ipkiss's reign as Big Head wasn't a mere vengeance, it was a descent into personal hell. His retribution against those who wronged him was executed with a chilling creativity, each act more grotesque than the last. Every brutal act was a darker joke of the last one that was made. But then the mask found another host, Lieutenant Joe Kellaway, embodiment of law and order, righteousness. He believed he could master the mask. Could you master your own mask? That is really the question. Can you master your own mask? Harness its power for justice. But here's the reality: the mask takes no masters. It amplifies internal desires, twisting intentions into the gross parodies of themselves, yourselves, your own personal desires. The mask that you may put on a Halloween night during the Halloween season, the question is that just another mask in addition to the mask that you already wear? The Halloween season is something that is real. 1994 came around. Hollywood took the grim tale of the mask, washed it with neon colors. You guys remember the actor? We won't say his name because he was just an actor. And he sits there and says all the time, I was like, well, oh my God. And I was just an actor. And like, listen, you know what? Go grab a bar of soap, you simp. You know who I'm talking about. I have no love lost for you, character. I'm not even going to say your name. The actor that played the mask and made all of you think, oh, the mask is just something cool. Oh my gosh, it's just goofy. Oh my gosh, chick chicken boom, chick chicken boom, chick chicken boom. You think that's what it's all about? Wearing a mask. There was a cartoon series. We'll play that here in just a few moments as we get out of here. We may not. Listen, who the hell knows not? Who knows? Animated series that ran from 1995 to 1997. The show was aimed at children, further diluting the dark essence of what the mask represents. Every time you see the mask, don't just think of a green face, zany antics. Remember the story of Stanley Ipkiss, who descended into monstrosity. Remember the story of Joe Kellaway, whose righteous path led him into shadow. Recall the blood, the terror, the sinister laugh, cutting through every vein of horror, the true essence of the mask. Here's the question. Don't we all wear masks? Sometimes to hide our pain, others to project strength. But imagine that mask, and that mask, if you wore it, gave you limitless power. Would you remain you? Would you remain you? Would you remain you? Would you remain you? Would you remain you if you had the ability from the mask to do whatever you want, set the standard, raise the bar, the only way that a real mask knows how to do? Or would it consume you? Peeling back the layers, bearing the darkness and the deepest dark areas of your soul. Power doesn't just corrupt, it devours, leaving behind a husk, leaving behind a shadow. Unlimited power is a siren's call, and the mask reveals a dark truth. It strips away the facade, shows us who we are, shows us who you are, show us who Stanley Ipkiss is, show us who Lieutenant Joe Calloway is. Who are you when you put on the mask? Who are you when you put on your mask? That's really the question. Who are you when you put on your mask? Do you have a mask? Is it just a dog and pony show for you? Because if it is, then we got a long ways to go. Because without the mask, we are left naked, monstrous, a testament of human frailty, and a relic of dread. Beware, for the true horror is not just losing your life, but when wearing a mask, you may just lose your soul. Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond, you're listening to 90.1 FM. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam NewsMan, and this is Saturday morning.